Hey dolls! First and foremost, bear with me. These are like second day curls on my hair and I just didn't do anything with it yet. So if it's a little crazy or distracting, I'm sorry. But as you guys know, I did dye it recently. If you guys haven't seen that video, I will link it right here on the screen. Because I have this new hair, I wanted to do my makeup to match in a way. And I'm very, very pleased and proud of this look. I think it turned out wonderful and you guys said that you really wanted to see a tutorial on it, so that is what we are doing today. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I achieve this makeup look. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into the video. As you can see, I've already done my face makeup. I did a whole walkthrough of my foundation routine, so if you guys want to see that, I will link it on the screen right here. So go watch that so you can see how I get to this point, which now we can proceed onto the eyeshadow. So I am going in with my James Charles X Morphe palette. This thing is so beautiful. It is one of my most used palettes of all time. I have fallen in love with it completely. I don't remember all these shade names, but I'll just dip into the colors and tell you which ones I'm dipping into so you guys can get an idea of the colors that I'm using. But honestly, I don't remember most any of the shade names except Skip, because of how controversial it was for a while. But other than that, I basically don't know any of these shade names, so bear with me, but we'll get through this together. And the combination of brushes that I'm going to be using are from Morphe and BHCosmetics. I don't necessarily know the numbers of all of them because they are old and they have rubbed off, but I'll basically try to describe each individual brush itself so you guys can get an idea of similar brushes that you have in your collection or whatever. I will also try and link all of my brush sets that I use in the description box below. What I explained in my foundation routine is that I don't use an eye primer when I do my eye makeup. I just put my foundation over my eyelids and then I either set with a neutral nude eyeshadow of some sort or I set with a face powder, and I have already done that. I've already set with a powder, but I'm also going to go in with a base, and so I'm going to go in with this light nude shade right here in the palette, and I'm just going to set down a base for my eyes. And as you can see, I have also highlighted the inner corner of my eye already. That was for the sake of the other tutorial, but I am going to actually add to that later on. So kind of just disregard that for right now. Okay, so now that we are all up close and personal, I'm gonna go in with the shade Skip, this beautiful neon pink shade, and a fluffy blending brush. This is my Morphe blending brush. Again, I have not really cleaned my brushes because I've just been using this same makeup look for the past couple of days, so I've just been using the same brushes. So I'm gonna use this Skip shade and I'm gonna pack that on the brush, and I'm just gonna go in windshield wiper motions and gently apply this. Keep in mind that instead of eyeshadows, these are actually pressed pigments, so it's best to kind of apply them lightly and build them up rather than try to apply them super thick and blend them out later. I also try to use like a stippling motion when I'm first applying the product. Since it is a pressed pigment, it likes to react and work differently than a regular eyeshadow. You'll kind of see like sometimes it's a little patchy in spots. That is totally fine. You just gotta finesse it a little bit and work with it a little bit here and there. I have naturally hooded eyes, as you can probably tell, so I like to kind of create my own crease when I am doing looks like this, and a good way to do that is just do the windshield wiper motion right in your eye socket. Like you can kind of use the edge of your brush and feel where your eye socket is. You guys probably know all about that trick by now, but I like to mention it because I have naturally hooded eyes and I know there are some people out there who have the same struggles that I do. Okay, so there is that, and now I'm gonna go ahead and work on the other eye as I go off camera so you guys don't necessarily have to sit through that. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this purple shade right here next to Skip. And I'm then going to kind of focus that from the middle of my eye out. I'm not going to focus it all the way to the inner corner. I'm just going to kind of focus it right here and pull it out. And I'm using the same exact brush for this so that the colors can kind of blend together in a way. And again, since it is a pressed pigment, you want to play with it and finesse it the same way that you do the other shade. So I'm just kind of going in and building that up and making it more of the purple shade that I want. So there you can see the difference in the eyes. That one's looking a little more purple, which is exactly what we want. And now the other eye. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and take the darker purple shade right next to that one and a different fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kind of pack that on there. It's kind of an eggplant shade, but I am going to focus this more on the outer portion of the eye, so you can see it just like instantly deepens that up and adds quite a bit dimension. And I'm also kind of pulling it and creating that outer V. And I'm tapping it on rather than blending to start with. Just kind of tap it on, and then you can kind of blend out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm dipping back into that pink skip shade with the original brush, and I'm just gonna go in and kind of blend out this purple. You can see it was a little harsh, so I'm just taking that pink and just kind of doling it down just a little bit and blending everything nicely. So now that we have that, I'm gonna take a little bit smaller of a brush. This is just another little blending brush, but as you can see, it is a little bit smaller than the previous two that we used. And I'm going to dip into this blue shade right here. If you can kind of see, I'm gonna kind of mix between this one and this deeper navy right there. And I'm gonna focus that really, really, really on this outer edge right here, just to kind of create a little bit of blue coming in. And I'm really just gonna pop that right in there, and then I can focus on blending it out a little bit later. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that original shader brush and just kind of blend that all out. So that is what we have so far. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease, and to do that I am going to use my MAC Studio Finish Concealer and just a flat brush like so. And I'm just going to cut my crease. This isn't going to be a full cut crease, this is just going to be like a half cut crease. So I'm just gonna go in and start kind of packing that concealer right there, opening my eye to create that line, and then just start popping that right on there. Okay, so there you can see there is a crease cut. Now the other side. There is my half cut crease, and then I'm going to take another kind of flat style brush and this like shimmery light blue shade right here, and I'm just going to start packing that on top of the crease that I just cut. So it's just a beautiful blue. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love it. And sometimes at this part I like to use a finger and pick up some of the product and like pack it on, because then it will really stick and be vibrant and gorgeous. This is so pretty. I love this so much. Look at how pretty that blue is. Ah! Okay, so there is my crease cut. Now I need to go in and blend and merge this outer V to that blue. So I'm gonna go in and use this lighter blue right here between the shimmery one and the darker one that we used earlier. Just lightly picking this up on my brush. And I'm just gonna go in right between those two blues and just blend the two. Oh my gosh, it just blends so nicely. Just blends. I'm just gonna pack it right on top, and then it will kind of start blending itself out. Okay, so there we go. I think my top lids are done for the most part. I could probably use a little bit more blending on the edges here. I can kind of do that just a little bit real quick. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my under eyes. So before I do that, I'm actually going to go in with a NYX Faux White eyeliner. And this one is actually a lilac one in the shade... says White Smoke, but it's actually like a really light lilac-y lavender, and I'm gonna pop this in my waterline. So now for my under eye, I'm gonna use kind of a flat, fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start by going in with that hot pink shade Skip, and I'm going to focus this all under my under eye, and I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did on the top on the bottom. So I'm starting with the pink, focusing it on the inner corner and blending it down and out, just like so. And just connecting it on the edge. Then using the same brush, I am going in with this purple, and then I'll also be going in with the darker eggplant shade a little bit in a minute. But again, focusing this in the center of the eye and out, not taking it fully into the inner corner. And then taking kind of a mixture of that eggplant shade and a few of these blue ones from before, just like on the top outer corner. I'm just gonna kind of mix these together till I find my good blend for the outer portion. Just taking a little bit of blue. Oh yes, that was perfect. That made like the beautiful little indigo shade right there. Okay, then I'm going in with that same brush. I kind of wiped it off a little bit, and I'm going back in with the pink, the Skip shade, and I'm just going so lightly underneath of everything to kind of just blend that out. And again, just so lightly underneath it to smoke it all out. Just like so. Okay, now that is it for the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara now. This is the Essence Lash Princess, and this is the green one. The green one in this collection is like my favorite of all time. It's so good. It's like my favorite mascara. I've been using it for quite a while now, and I am just obsessed with this stuff. So I'm gonna pop that on my top and bottom lashes. Now that my mascara is on, I'm gonna go in with my lashes, and these are actually from my friend Tanya's lash company. It is ShopGlamMeUp.com. I don't remember exactly what style these are, but I will be sure and link them down below. But I'm just going to pop these on my eyes off camera because I am atrocious at this when it comes to putting lashes on camera. So I'm gonna go do this off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that my lashes are on, I'm actually gonna go in. This step is completely and totally optional, but I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner and just the brush that it came with, and I'm going to tight line my eye. So I'm gonna basically go up where the false lashes meet my natural lashes, and I'm just gonna kind of blend them together. As you can see the difference, this one just kind of blends them together a little bit better, and this one, it's still, you can kind of see like separation in the lashes, and there's like a lot of skin peeking out underneath of there. I just like to go and deepen that up, and it just looks a little bit more put together and more sultry that way. now that the lashes are all done, the tight line is done, I mentioned before that I did already apply somewhat of an inner corner highlight, but I'm actually going to go in and add a little bit more to that. So I'm just going to use one of these tapered brushes, and I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star highlighter in the shade Princess Cut, and I'm just going to pop this on my inner corner, just like so. Just kind of blending the top and bottom shades together. Oops, I think there was a little bit of blue on this brush. But you know what? I don't hate it, so we're just gonna leave it. See how there's like a little bit of blue? I think there was a little bit of, oh yeah, there was definitely a little bit of blue left on this brush. I didn't clean it first. So we're gonna have a little bit of a blue inner highlight instead of pink, and that is totally fine by me. It actually looks really pretty, so we're gonna leave that. There's no such thing as mistakes, just happy accidents. Right, Bob Ross? And now that the eyes are completely done, now it's time to do lips. And this is one of my new favorite lip combos. I don't know why I haven't discovered this previously, but it is so good. So this is the Colourpop Cosmetics Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Seesaw. And this is Toofaced Clueless. It's kind of like Unicorn Tears, except it's its pink sister. Unicorn Tears is blue colored, whereas Clueless is pink. So I love to pop this matte lippy on and then layer this on top, and it just creates a beautiful Barbie cotton candy glow that I am obsessed with. So here we go. Oh, I love this color. So there is Seesaw just by itself. You can see it's so pretty. It goes so good with the makeup. Ah! Okay, now I'm going to add Clueless right on top. Oh, it's just so, look at the difference. See the difference between the two? It's so pretty, and it smells so good. Then I just like to take my finger and do a little bit of cleanup on the inner portion, just so I don't get lipstick all over my teeth. So this is the finished unicorn sunset sultry smoky look. I think I'm just gonna call this unicorn sunset because it's creative and it's cute, and that's what it reminds me of, is a sunset but like unicorn. I don't know, it's adorable. I love how it goes well with my hair. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below, and don't forget that if you do decide to recreate this look, tag me on Twitter and Instagram at Manda31409. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I will talk to you all in my next video. So until then, so long, stay strong, stay true, and be you. Alright, bye!